Yeah, Death Roller deck is sweet. Alright, so 4-color gates. This is an archetype we've played a little bit of on stream in the past. I would like to comment on a couple of things in this build before we get started. You can find my preferred build for this archetype on my website. This is a viewer-submitted build that we're going to try card for card before we make any changes. Get a feel for the choices that they've made. A couple of things I'd like to mention. First is that it is a little bit strange to me that there are no copies of not only Gate Colossus in this deck, but also Mass Manipulation. Both of those cards were really impressive to me when we played them. I think there's one Gate Colossus in the sideboard, but I really like the build that had a lot of these in the main. No Mass Manipulation seems weird as well. That card's just like one of your most powerful things you can be doing against the other mid-range decks in the format. It's basically like 6 mana kill target Planeswalker by taking it over, which feels pretty powerful. So, let's dive into some matches. The core of what's going on here is still pretty good. We played Izzet a little bit in the other build and it seemed reasonable, so we'll see how this goes. Thanks, Monster. I think I like the 4-color Gates deck more than the Esper mid-range deck, just because like the Gates deck is like doing something powerful and interesting. I think Black-White Angels is tier 1. I think Black-White Angels is powerful and consistent. I think I don't really have any objective measurements for what tier 1 means, so I don't really like giving out arbitrary labels. By your site, do you mean Stream Decker decks? No, I mean go to jeffhoagland.com and click Standard Decks at the top. The Stream Decker is just a list of actual everything that I've played on stream. My website has a hand-curated section. That's all decks that I know I like. The Gates deck is actually pretty cheap on Arena because it doesn't have that many mythic cards in it, or rares. It has some, but not as many as a lot of the other tiered decks in the format. And like Hydroid Krasis costs the same as any other mythic on this application, which is nice. Yay, not having to deal with MTG Finance. What do you think of the addition of Blood Sun to this deck? I don't think Blood Sun solves any problems that this archetype has, so I'm not sure why I would want to play it. I haven't had anyone give me a compelling reason for what it's fixing. Thanks, Fax. Just like, as a tip about people, I don't know if like people think that like this gives their opinion more weight with like Wizards of the Coast, but the number of people that have felt the need to announce, I don't really like Jeff, but he should be in this other thing. You can say the nice thing without like poking me in the eye first, right? Like, I'm not saying that you're required to like me. Like, obviously you're not required to like me, but like, you don't have to poke me in the face before you give me a compliment. I don't know, maybe you do. Who am I to tell you how to live your life, I suppose? Maybe you do, but this is the downside to leaving the Guild Summon in my hand, but my opponent is playing green-black, which means they could kill it if it was in play too. Yeah, to be fair, Larynx, a lot of the people that like post on forums like Reddit and some of like the average content quality there, like those are people who are not going to get along with my chat rules, right? Because like they're going to likely say things that like get them timed out here. All right, I have all my colors, right? So this doesn't really matter. How long is the timeout? I mean, there's really only one way for you to figure that out. Yeah, but like if you're trying to establish you're not a shill, the first thing you say like, I'm not a shill, but you should shill for this person, right? Like, even if you aren't normally a shill, you're currently shilling when you do that, right? My recommendation for ladder grinding is playing whatever deck you find you enjoy the most. There's a lot of variance in Magic, and like, if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're not worth doing. Mono white aggro is my preferred aggro deck, and by mono white I mean white splash of color. You can find my preferred white aggro deck list on my website. Alright, so I've got 5, 9, 10. So next turn we'll draw 4 cards with this. Hopefully get it snowballing from there. They have a trophy for the first one, so hopefully it'll draw more action. I got you, deal. I didn't build it with Wix. I built it myself using WordPress. Thank you very much. It's been a lot of hours gone into Googling what WordPress widgets I need to do what things. They're playing a more controlling build of Sultai Burgle. They have, like, discard spells and stuff, so I think it might be a little bit harder for us. There was a build of Sultai that was more controlling. That did well at top 32 at the Open. Thank you for being apologetically liberal in your videos. I'm nothing if not honest, Max. Thanks for watching. I don't know. There's basically a plugin on WordPress for everything. Like even non-standard stuff has plugins for it on WordPress. So like if you want to do X, someone probably wrote a plugin to make X very easy. Lego Buster, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Except for embedding Magic deck lists, though. If it hadn't been for the Stream Decker people rating me a widget to embed Magic deck lists, I wouldn't have been able to do that easily. There is a command to let people time themselves out, but people like the human touch, right? We don't want to automate our hardworking mods out of their jobs, right? They've got families to feed, okay? What's going on, right, Cat? The human touch from someone asking to be timed out and then someone actually timing you out, it means another human being cared enough to read your message and then interact with you. We time you out because we care. That's why people come to Twitch, right? If you didn't want that personal touch and interaction from another human being, you'd just watch Netflix or YouTube, right? You're probably here because we can read your messages and care. Most other people require you to like donate bits or dollars to get attention. We give you attention for free because we care. Netflix cares and asks if I'm still watching. Listen, you've never seen a tilted 4-year-old until you've seen Netflix ask him if he's still watching. Of course he's still watching Netflix. What's your deal? Yikes! Have a cast down. Consider Bane firing Karn. You think I'm supposed to? With the Krasis under it, I'm probably supposed to at this point. Yeah, you're probably right. I was thinking maybe long term we could do lethal Bane fire, but yikes. Yeah, mass manipulation would be insane here. Not playing mass manipulation, I think, is a mistake. That's cute, Freelancer. Declan just learned he can press the spacebar to pause YouTube videos, and it's his favorite thing. Every time he gets up to do anything, he's like, no, Daddy, I have to pause my video. Hold on. Oh my god, did I just do that for the wrong amount?
Efforts are futile.
Alright. Do you want to make a comment to lighten us on this Gate Builder's prospects? I talked about it at the start of the stream. Snowy Field, thanks for the 6-month resub. I'm not a huge fan of the small card choice selections that this build has made specifically. I think the lack of Gate Colossus is kind of a miss. And the lack of mass manipulation, I think, is a pretty big miss. Probably want negates against a more controlling deck. Gates Ablaze seems a little bit mediocre too. Probably don't mind Banefire and Star of Extinction, I guess. I guess Ixalan's Binding's pretty good against their Hydras. Cindervines is good here. Oh, I guess Cindervines would kill their map, so that's probably worthwhile. I would assume the goal of Shimmer is to add consistency to find your high impact cards, so you can find things like Krasis and Guild Summit more often, more consistently early. Okay, the sand's much better. Yeah, the top 32 SCG list had 3 Gate Colossus. The Gates deck is whatever arbitrary tier you want it to be in your heart of hearts. Magic doesn't really have objective data to define tiers with, strictly. I don't think you're that bad against control with a good build of this deck. Between Mass Manipulation and Gate Colossus, you've got a lot of grind to what you have going on. People commenting about decking, Gate Colossus is another reason to... That decking is another reason to have a bunch of Gate Colossus in your deck. The Mythic Invitational is best of 3 by definition. That's how I feel. I think new formats are interesting and worth exploring, and I think calling it best of 1 is silly. If you are on iOS, subscribing can be difficult. Otherwise, you could use this link in your mobile browser. What do tiers even mean? Tiers generally equate to the power level people think decks are. Like tier 1 being the best decks, and then varying numbers bigger than 1 are like worse decks or lower decks. Yeah, I agree, Nomad. I think Gate Colossus tends to be very good against control on average. Correct hit. That is exactly correct. Calling it best of 1 fits the agenda. I don't know if that's what Scarf did there. I don't know. It's like a natural reaction to a degree. Just like people who Like, this is different, so we, like, seek to describe it as, like, being this thing we don't like. I don't know, it's weird. Route is pretty sweet here. I think I do that. So Niv is pretty good with Guild Summit because he lets you deal damage when you draw a bunch of your cards. No, is it no sideboards? Saying it's no sideboards is less words than saying it's basically best of one. Giving you my prime again in solidarity for being subbed from the NV. Thank you, Nullet, for the prime. I appreciate that. We got plenty of prime bucks here. We ain't need no Watsy money. We good to go. The viewers have made us what we are. God bless them. So Thought Erasure is actually a reason to consider taking the gate over the route last turn, because they wouldn't be able to take the gate. Yeah, they are taking the route, which I think is smart. I think taking the route here makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the list from the open definitely felt good. I'm gonna play 2 or 3 matches with this list, but I wouldn't be surprised if we, like, end up playing the list from the open for the last couple after we play a few. Unless we see something from here that feels especially good or meaningful. Yeah, discard spells like Thought Erasure and Duress are definitely good against the Gates deck if you're on the interactive side of the table. Carnage Tyrant. Yikes. The spiciest deck you should make? I don't know, what kind of archetype do you like? All the decks that are listed on my website are, like, pretty spicy to a degree. But the definition is important, Supply, because a lot of the people who are calling it best of one are saying, well, you don't like best of one, Jeff, so you shouldn't like this, when that's not how I feel. A lot of people are calling it best of one to put words into my mouth to forward an agenda of how they feel about something and want to make it look like I said something that I actually didn't say. What CD? Thanks for the 2 months of Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Easy block here. Have we done a build around for Sylvan Making? I don't think we have, Hyper Ninja. That's probably one we'll take. It sounds sweet. We saw this in Jurassic Park, Sheeps versus Dinos. All right, so we've got 7 mana altogether here. So let's just go ahead and, like, dump this out for 5, I think. Try and hit some more lands. Yes, it is intellectually dishonest. I agree. If the installer is foobar for you, you just have to delete Arena off your computer and then reinstall it. Hashtag beta. Their installer's kind of medium. I think having a completely new format is really interesting, and I hope Magic continues to explore new formats, even in competitive settings. While I do think sideboards are beneficial for Magic and help reduce variance, just by the nature of playing more games of Magic, you reduce elements of variance, which is a good thing. So, like, just playing more games is good just for reducing resource variance, right? Like, sideboarding can help mitigate matchup variance, but some amount of variance is mitigated just by playing more games. And again, from a coverage perspective, I think the idea of playing best of 3 without sideboards makes coverage more accessible to new players who are watching it. The primary reason that a lot of people watch Magic coverage, in my experience, is for experience emulation. They want to watch something that they can then go do themselves at home. And if they don't know how to sideboard with a deck, it's harder for them to emulate what they're seeing on TV. Oh, I tapped my... Could I have tapped different? Oh, I should have played the Gateway Plaza here, right? So I could tap one of these. Yeah, Gateway Plaza's been kind of mixed. Like, this is like a double tap land, which is a little bit weak. Yeah, we couldn't, these lands can't cast Niv, right? So we couldn't have cast them off of those. The old Selesnya Guildgate Niv visit deck. Which is another reason Niv's kind of awkward in this archetype, right? Like, Niv and Gate Colossus both provide, like, a level of grind, but in kind of different ways. I definitely should have played Gateway Plaza last turn, though. That being said, we're looking pretty well off to win this game. Next turn, I'm going to get to play Niv and then play Shimmer, a possibility. And, like, they're pretty close to dead as is. I don't have anything to say. Sunko, thanks for the 3/4 of a year. Welcome back. I appreciate it. Gateway Plaza is good with the Plaza of Harmony. That's true. Those two do kind of work together nicely. Do I want these Cinder Vines? I don't know if these Vines are better than any of these cards I'm already playing. Maybe they're like marginally better than Excellence Binding. That's probably the case. How long am I into the session? I've been live for almost 9 hours. We're going to go for... I don't know if we're going to get all the way to Black-Red Demons, but we're going to do at least Memekin and Abzan Glass. We're going to do at least 2 more decks after this, like another 4.5 hours or so, give or take. Lots of practice. Back in the day when SCG was still scaling up and the SCG Open tournaments were one-day tournaments, there were like tournaments that were like 11 rounds of Swiss in one day. The Electro deck went okay this morning, Killer. I didn't like some of the decisions that were made in the build that we played, so we're gonna make some changes and probably play it again next week. I agree, SC Giants. I'm gonna play one more match after this with Niv, but then we might pivot to playing the list from the Open. How much do you have to spend to be able to play all the stuff that I play in Arena? I have a pretty complete collection, which ends up costing about $200 to $250 per set. My favorite Gates list can be found on my website under the standard section. I agree. I like the MTGA economy too. It's nice. It's nice not to have to deal with finance nonsense. Have your little baby fish. Itty bitty baby fish. $250 can get you an entire paper collection for the set, but not a whole lot of resale value, but still, yep. The taxes are quite high in the purchases, and they're not mentioned. So the last time I bought gems, I actually didn't get charged tax. I don't know if that was a mistake or a US thing, but the gems I bought last year, I definitely paid taxes on. But the gems I bought for cards for this latest set, there was just like 99 USD even, 99.99 or whatever. $107 plus. Yeah, when I bought it, I have to keep track of all my purchases for tax reasons. And last year, I definitely paid $107 with taxes. But for this latest purchase, I didn't pay any. Just give you another Gatebreaker Ram. I think they might have cut the taxes from it and just started eating the tax purchase themselves, because there's a law that you have to display the amount for the tax in client for purchases like that in the EU. I don't think they were able to do that. Hey, Adam JRI, thank you very much for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. You got charged 8.25% today. Interesting. It might vary state to state and country to country. We have Gates Ablaze and we have Lava Coil. Thief of Sanity actually isn't very good against this deck because our deck is full of these synergy cards that aren't very good for them. Cook County. I'm in McLean County, Watercat. How competitive is the Gates deck at the moment? I think the build the top 32 at the open is very reasonable. I don't know how I feel about this build that we're playing right now. The old have 7 lands in play, can't cast a visit. Yikes. Yikes. Alright, I guess I take Gateway Plaza. All of Illinois is kind of a tax nightmare. The taxes, home taxes are outrageous in this state because the state is broke. The good news is they only have 4 power worth of dorks in play here, so we're not in that bad of a spot. If they find, like, a planeswalker, we can just negate it. That is a Contingo water bottle. I am approximately 4 years old. I like to drink my water through a straw. Oh, so I can cast this card, but then I can't hold up negate to protect it. So, like, do I even want to yet? I don't think so. I think I need to draw another red or green source here. And, like, play this once I can protect it. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known, should have known, should have known again. Having lands that gain you 3 life is so busted. It's real good. CoolStuffInc.com is my sponsor for my articles and my stream. Jeff5 gets you a discount code on there, Gift Frog Monster. You can check out my Twitter feed from last night and this morning about how I feel about yesterday, get a pretty accurate picture. The TL, as a good, concise summary of how I feel like about yesterday, I don't feel like I deserved an invite, because obviously nobody deserves anything. They can do what they want. But I do feel like they slighted my brand by the verbiage that they used, and then by not giving me an invite. That's how I feel. I feel like they made a slight at all of the hard work that I've done by using the verbiage that they used and then not inviting me. If I had to pick a best deck in Standard right now, what would it be? Probably Sultai Midrange. So I think I'm casting this Banefire just to cantrip it. They said they invited the largest streamers in Magic the Gathering and then didn't invite myself or Caleb Durward, who based on number of viewer hours watched on Twitch are objectively some of the largest streamers in Magic the Gathering. And if you'd like to see my objective data to back up that statement, check my Twitter account. Hey, Otter Haas, thanks for the brand new Prime Sport. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Yeah, Golgari with Hydroid Krasis is the deck I'm referring to for best deck. It's just a pile of like good powerful cards. They said some of, and then don't have me, Caleb, or Nox, who are like, and like they invited Nox, but then he didn't come, but then they still said they're including some of the biggest streamers. Yeah, that was brutal. This was good though. This is real good. Let's draw a bunch of cards, please. Nox has a baby on the way, I believe. Yeah, Nox is expecting a second child that week, which is like one of the few good reasons to not go to a free pile of money. Probably want to shimmer here. I'm just gonna grab another Hydroid Krasis just in case they rip a discard spell. They're gonna get to flip this and draw extra cards next turn. It's stupid marketing-wise to not invite you or Caleb, given you're the only streamer I watch. I probably won't watch their stream. I don't know. I mean, you should probably, if you want to see Magic grow as an esport, like, as someone who's, like, logical and understands how these things work, I am not going to stream. People have been telling me I should stream during their event, and I'm not going to do that. This event being successful is good for me as a streamer, even if I'm not a part of it. Magic having high-profile events that are successful for it, like this, are good for me and good for everybody else streaming Magic. It's just the long and short of it. Whether you were invited or not, it's better for the people that were invited, but it's good for everybody regardless. Thanks, Jacob. Sorry we had some issues. If you want Magic to be successful, if you like Magic and like Arena, if you just like me even, you should watch their stream. Supporting that kind of stuff is good for Magic as a whole. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So do this for 10. The event's at the end of March. Your maturity disgusts me. Yes, yeah, that's the other cool thing about Colossus. When you draw a bunch of cards like this, you can then play it for free, which is awesome. Yeah, this is a viewer submitted build of Gates. We're gonna play one more match with their build and see if we can draw conclusions about things we like or things we don't like, but I'm a little bit medium on some of their choices right now. Well, I mean, it's obvious, Ral, that, like, they had a lot of criteria that they were picking from them on. But, like, and that's fine. Like, they can use whatever criteria they want for their private event. Like, they're a private organization that can literally do whatever they want. No, I think I want to play at least 2. Maybe something will surprise me. Like I said, even when I go into something with the mindset of I feel like this might not be good, I feel like it's worth actually, like, playing games to, like, confirm that and, like, be able to articulate why I think it's not good. We've not hit gold yet. The last deck, the Mardu Land Destruction deck, was a little bit mediocre, and I actually played it in the unranked queues. Yeah, I just like don't have a good way to actually kill them here, right? I guess these two things together might do it, but there's a good chance Niv just like untaps and kills us next turn. Thanks, Supli. I just try to do what I would like other people to do. Should we have played the flying blocker? Maybe. So, like, the Krasis is kind of small on its own. So I feel like I just want to, like, get aggressive here. And, like, if they have, like, a piece of spot removal or, like, an Eldritch Reborn, I feel like I just end up in a bad spot. Yeah, it's very... I'm actually just going to play this just to cantrip it. So this is going to die, but I get to draw a card. I would just copy and paste the one from the open, D. Brian. We haven't played it on stream yet. People don't usually donate to see decks like Sultai because they like to see interesting things rather than just like things that are just good. Yikes. No, there's a setting here that lets you order the triggers under gameplay. So they're dealing 7 next turn, 8 because they draw a card for the turn, so they need to draw 3 cards to kill us. Beep, beep emote. That's a good idea. We actually hit a new emote slot today. I'm gonna message my art guy right now. We crossed 3,600 concurrent subscriber points today, which is a new all-time high for me. Thank you to everybody showing a little bit of support after yesterday. I appreciate you all. And thanks everybody for watching. We've been over 2K people almost all day today. Y'all are great. Oh, you know what? They had this draw too. So if they have a Discovery, we're dead here. This gives +1/+1, doesn't it? It does. That's exactly lethal. Good line. Thanks, Joyous. All right. Yeah, the person who submitted said I could go ahead and play the other build. I think I'm gonna play the build from the open. Like, I'm gonna load up the build from the open here really quick and just compare real fast. Grab it off my website. So this build, what was this build doing that's different? So this build has Archway Angel and Expansion Explosion. This card's really sweet in this archetype. It has a couple of Circuitous Routes. We've got Mass Manipulation. Yeah, let's go ahead and play the build from the site here. Oh, I need to change this in the sideboard. We changed that last time. Need to update the list on my site. Having Mass Manipulation is just so fantastic. I'm new to MTG. I was curious about some of the older cards. Is there a creature that's huge but cheap but doesn't have a text box? No, not really. I think the biggest thing, there's a 10/10 for 5 somewhere that exists in the world. Let's get the stream decker updated here. Yeah, Gigantosaur is like relatively new and does that. I'd say it's like fine. Actually, it's pretty good, right? It's got Azorius Guildgate into Growth Spiral. What decks are Mass Manipulation good against? Yeah, both of those. The Sultai Midrange deck especially. Yikes, I bet this matchup is hard for us. So the problem, so I actually almost mentioned Deafening Clarion before we started. I think Deafening Clarion just isn't good enough because we don't have enough white sources in our mana base. If you look at our mana base, there's only like 5 white sources in it, which means we're not going to be able to consistently cast that card early. I'm casting this now so they don't have the option to counterspell it. And like, obviously I've got white mana here, but like, having white mana is not the norm. Yeah, need to make sure Gates Ablaze sticks, I agree. So I can play Plaza of Harmony out here, so I can Growth Spiral through a Spell Pierce. Am I a Democrat or Republican? I'm a dirty liberal. Alright, so... Actually, I think I just played Gatebreaker Ram, right? I think I just played Gatebreaker Ram and try and race them here. Bah! Bah! Yeah, the ram just kills them, chat. The ram doesn't block, it just kills them. You can tell he's a liberal because he's been to school and says dirty words like math. You know, I actually haven't read up on the stances of all the people that are declaring for the primary. I do know that having more people on the ballot sounds awesome, and I'm interested in hearing them debate. Epic Bear, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome, welcome. I'm definitely in the AOC camp of things. I believe people should be able to live dignified lives, and that, like, you know, talking about how our employment rates are really low while people are severely underemployed and barely getting by is like an embarrassment. The 2020 presidential campaign, people are starting to put forward their initial bids for it, basically, for the primaries. So next turn, I'm gonna get to play Gates Ablaze with 4 damage, and I'm gonna get to expansion their counterspell, which is great. Awesome. Okay, sweet. We might actually be able to win this game. I didn't think we were gonna win this game, but now you're saying there's a chance. I was actually 1 mana off from stealing both of their things, but I think I just need to be conservative and kill them. I mean, maybe they just don't have a counterspell, right? Like if they don't have a counterspell, I'm gonna jam the Ablaze there because I have to, and they're gonna get got. I could coil expansion coil. Let's start with this. Are you just treating these? Is this thing about to pop off on me? Alright, well now I totally just kill this, right? So this is X is 4. This card's so good. Yoink! All right, we're done here, right? Like this is a concession. What does it take to become a sponsor? You should drop me an email to Jeff Hoagland at linux.com if you'd like to work out a sponsor slot on stream. I would love to talk more to anybody that's interested in sponsoring the stream at any point. So, I think I want the Archway Angel as a blocker and a way to gain some life back. Expansion Explosion was like okay there, but it's probably not worth keeping in my deck. I feel like Gate Colossus, I'd probably rather have Gatebreaker Ram as an early play that like also has Vigilance. So how do you feel about this configuration? Feel like this seems reasonable? No, I don't think Carnage Tyrant's very good here. I think I'd rather have these as my threats at the top end and like Gatebreaker Ram. I think Tyrant's worse than these other cards I'm already playing. It is unfortunate that she doesn't trade, but like this card like will regularly gain us like 12 points of health when it comes into play, so that's sweet. Yeah, you have to be very specific about what printers you buy if you want one that works on Linux. That's like the one piece of hardware that's very proprietary still these days. Is Batman good in this meta? What do we think? I'm gonna keep this. It's got like I need more gates, but like I have route to find them hopefully, and I have double Gates Ablaze. That's just gonna end in disappointment and sadness, Jerry. As someone who's worked on it. Yeah, brother usually has pretty good printers too. I have a color laser printer that's a Samsung that works pretty well, and I have a black and white laser from forever ago that's a brother printer. All right, do you have they must have a trickster here, right? Yeah, I agree, Revnock. So we played Teamer Gates earlier this week, and the conclusion that I had from playing it was that, like, it didn't get enough gates into play consistently enough. Man, these BCWs are still shuffling really nice. Okay, you got a feel for my finally, like, you know how when you have those new sleeves and, like, you gotta work off the new sleeve slickness with a couple of shuffles? Now that that's gone. I'm a fan. I like them being taller. I like that it's the little things, right? Like they took the time to like give there a flick noise when you move the cards in your hand like this. Why not add Nexus to the Gate deck? What problem are you solving by adding Nexus to the Gate deck? Why is it a worthwhile addition? What's going on, Gwogwar? What shuffling method do I use? I use a side pack with a small bridge. It's the best way to show you that, probably something like that. I pack them in, and then pop it up and bend them into each other. This is my preferred shuffling method. Nice clean riffles. This hand's probably too slow at this point. Just as like a general point of comment, like if I ever ask the question, what problem does this solve? How does it help us? An appropriate response is never, well, it won me this game one time. That's being super results based. What I'm looking for when I ask that question is someone giving me specifics about these are situations that come up consistently where it ends up being good that we otherwise wouldn't be able to get out of without playing this specific card. That's how you theory craft and talk about like why this card is good. My deck has this problem in this matchup and adding this card solves it in this manner. Yeah, I honestly am kind of surprised that the route resolved. If they had any kind of counterspell, I would have countered that. This deck tends to struggle against aggressive decks, I believe. I honestly don't know. I think this archetype's actually just very good. We're kind of dumpstering mono blue here. Yeah, people 5-0 with terrible modern decks all the time. That's why people love the format. Yeah, politicians mess stuff up all the time. They're human. Much like myself, they mess stuff up all the time. Scred won a Grand Prix. Yep, God bless Scred winning that Grand Prix. How many instant sorceries we got in here? Just 2. These things are, if they hit 1 more land, they can. I'm not a character on TV. I'm a real person. Ren Drag, thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. We do not play Treasure Map. If you're interested in the deck list that we're currently playing, you can type ! deck in chat to get a direct link to it. All right, so this resolving is more important than this resolving, so let's start here. Oh, 1 mana 8/8s are great. There's a lot of people who don't want to understand it, Puffed Okay, and they're just like, they're people who are like really bitter and filled with hate towards people who look different than them. Is a big part of the issue. Yay, magic! And that's one of the things. If Jeff Hoagland is immortal, I'm looking forward to meeting him at the gathering of the sword fight to the death. There could be only one. This deck just has so many big top decks like that are super powerful. And once you hit the first big top deck, yeah, it always asks you to pay manually for Guild Summit, Tom, so it doesn't tap gates you might want to otherwise tap. It's really good. 3, 7, 8, 9, 10. So let's do X is 8. It's like little things like that are one of the things that make Arena such a good piece of software. It's not just an application for playing Magic. It's an application that thinks about how you want the software to work for you and then does its best to work that way. It's just so very, very good. How are we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thanks for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, 50 hours a week. If you enjoy standard best of 3 constructed, this is definitely a channel for you. We play a ton of different decks here. Usually we change decks every somewhere between 60 minutes and 2 hours. As always, I'd like to give a shout out to all my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be able to be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. They're quite literally the folks that keep me employed. Past my subscribers, I'd also like to give a quick shout out to some of my wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that nice, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland. You can save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Remember, chat, just because you like playing the degenerate decks doesn't mean you need to look like it. Hurly Burly Studios does professional Magic the Gathering altars. They do border extensions and full art replacements. If you head on over to hurlyburlystudio.com, you can find a much higher definition, beautiful portfolio of all of her work than just my beautiful basic lands here that I have in front of me. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And, of course, InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website. Let's head back on into another match with Gates. This build of Gates from the open is really, really powerful. Can I have your Linux email? Yep, just first last name at linux.com. Could this deck use Reliquary Tar? So I think, okay, so here, while you do discard to hand size with this deck somewhat regularly, if you can't figure out how to kill your opponent with the 7 cards you have in your hand after you draw a bunch, what are you doing? What are you doing? Plan better. Pick your 7 best and end the game with them. ArenaNet Paul, thank you very much for shipping your Prime Bucks this way this month. I appreciate that. I know there's a lot of great people you can ship those Bezo Bucks to. Thanks for sending them here and keeping me employed. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, 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 doop. My wife's stopping at Jimmy John's on her way home. I'm so excited. Yeah, that's a good reminder. If the Bezo Bucks emote looks bad in your Twitch chat, that means you're using Twitch wrong. I'd highly recommend checking out dark mode. Maybe this build is running too many basics. I'm not sure. I haven't really felt that way. Also, this is, because this always gets people too. If you're someone like me that uses the computer 10, 12, sometimes 16 hours a day on really busy days, if you're not using a blue light filter on your computer, you should look one up. It is life-changing. It is. It is the dark mode for all of your computer. Your eyes will thank you. Windows 10 has one built in. Linux, you can use an application called Redshift. It's very, very good for your eye health. This is just like, it just feels like cheating. Just like casting route while you have guild summon in play, you're just like, this shouldn't be legal. This feels like something I shouldn't be allowed to do. Like, let me ramp 2 lands and draw 2 cards. Okay, excellent. 24 lands is a good baseline for lands in your deck if you're uncertain how many you should be playing. Oh. Divination should not be attached to a ramp spell, chat. It's just not fair. I watch your content on YouTube, but stopping in to sub because I love it all. Well, thank you, Lego Gar, for helping me keep it up. I really appreciate that. Thanks for the 10 months and welcome back. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to discard here. And again, like, I have to discard to hand size here, but like, the 7 cards I get to keep are probably good enough here, right? I think Standard's going to devolve into finding the best Krasis deck. I think the mid-range decks in Standard are likely going to be Krasis focused, but I think there's going to be a lot of good aggro and control that aren't interested in touching that card necessarily. They have a mass manipulation of their own. That's interesting. So I have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's just do this for X is 8. That was 7. All right. Well. Mistake happened, chat. Mistake happened. It's fine. We drew a growth spiral. It's okay. I think I'm ditching the backup Guild Summit just because I don't want to draw that many cards. Second Mass Manipulation. I wonder if they don't have threats in their deck. Interesting. Okay. I don't know, Burgle. And those are the most interesting games, right? Like, I'm looking at the game and I'm like, who's winning right now? Who is currently ahead in this game of Magic the Gathering cards that I am partaking in? We are getting very close to just exploding them. Six, 12, X is 10. I'm gonna need an advantage bar. I don't know where the advantage bar is supposed to go. Where are our 3 copies of Colossus? Asking the real questions. Yeah, we've got 3 of them in there. Have a thought erasure. Time to add a 4th Colossus, right? Alright, I think I'm just supposed to... I think I'm just gonna 6 card here. Wait, can I kill them? Can I kill them? This is 7, 13, 14. I can only do 10. Alright, I'm gonna 6 card here. And hopefully draw a bunch of Gate Colossuses. I guess they get Karn back with this. Oh, yeah. Those are some good Ornithopters. Watching on YouTube regularly for months now, built a ton of these decks in the arena, been having a blast with 4-color gates. The decks remind me of the old 5-color control deck. Yeah, it's a lot of fun for sure. $16 cards left in the old deck here, chat. So they have 10 mana, so they can take 3 of my things. We need to find a mass manipulation of our own. That is correct. There's only 1 gate in my deck. I definitely shouldn't have discarded that gate to hand size. That was a mistake. That was definitely a mistake. There's only 1 gate left in my deck. Yeah. I think we might actually run out of win conditions here. Although I think I have 1 more expansion explosion, right? Yeah, expansion explosion might get up to lethal here. There's not a Banefire in our main deck. We have a second expansion explosion though. Like, that's not nothing. Alright, there's 12 cards in my deck. If you draw the game with Expansion Explosion, you need to reread your card. You can target them with the draw mechanic. Yeah, you choose who draws. My play's been real loose here. I was really far ahead on resources, so I got sloppy. And we're getting kind of punished for being sloppy. Definitely was a little bit fast and loose with my stuff. Yep. So I have, how much mana? Do I have enough to, I don't think I have quite enough to burn them out yet. You have 21 cards in their deck, and I have 7. That's my last gate, because I messed up and discarded one earlier, so that's the end of that party. So how many lands do I have? I've got, I have a cast down. I've got 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I can't kill them with Expansion Explosion yet. Plaza is not a gate. Hopefully they get hit by at least one of these here. I think the Vanafear deck's fine, and I think a lot of the wild cards that go into it outside of Vanafear like are functional in other decks that are good. No, I only have one explosion left. I used one earlier to kill a card. Right? Yeah, I used one earlier to kill a card. The Brick Wallace, thank you very much for the brand new tier 2 sub. I appreciate that. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Stream Decker says 2. Well, the Stream Decker shows you my starting deck. It's now easier to deck them than it is to... I wonder if have we seen any counter spells out of them? We actually haven't seen any counter spells here. They might just be a full board control deck. Mardu Land Destruction was hot garbage. I'm pretty sure Deckmaster is wrong. I have 5 cards in my deck. Your deck is Krasis, 2 Mass Manip, 2 Explosion, and a Growth Spiral. I think it's listing Expansion Explosion twice in there because it's a split card. There's an Expansion Explosion right here in my graveyard. I killed a card with it earlier. Yeah, it might be bugged because it's a split card. Why are you making me pay manually? Stop it. The deck overlay does not show cards in the opponent's library.
Some solutions must be built.
That's funny. How do you counter the Golgari Krasis deck? I actually think this deck's very good against Golgari Krasis. We have a lot of cards that like go over the top of them. Yeah, it takes Planeswalkers. It's very good. It does, Brick Wallace. Yeah, just go ahead and take a peek at the deck queue and let me know what you'd like to bump up in there. I appreciate that. The tier 2 and tier 3 subs get to bump things because they support me a lot extra. Here we go. Here we go again. Here we go again. Should have known, should have known, should have known again. Yoink! You think they regret their decisions? It does not take enchantments. I have no idea why it makes me manually tap 2 of my cards. I feel like there's a real chance they're just not playing counter spells, and this next expansion explosion is going to kill them. Second verse, same as the first, a little bit louder and a whole lot worse.
I that allow me to introduce you to a friend of mine.
Oh, I needed that in my life, Chet. I needed the I needed deck you with expansion explosion in my life. I didn't realize how much I needed it in my life, but I definitely, that was definitely something that it made me feel complete. I feel happy. We didn't have enough mana to burn them out, but they only had 13 cards left in their deck, so we decked them with it. All right, I'm gonna cut these goats, I think, and I'm gonna run to the restroom really quick. Can I do it in 60 seconds? All right, I'll be right back. Zian's great. Oh, let's stand up for a little bit too. Shake it out. Shake, shake, shake it out. Do, 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 boo, 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 do, do. Blue Sun Zenith, yep. Have you even really played, if you've never been Blue Sun Zenith out of the game? Come on now. So long, Guild Summit. I loved you. I have 2 of them. JK. That's great. So we're going to stick Guild Summit next turn while they're tapped out, because their blue-black deck probably can't interact with it once on the table. They very likely boarded in counterspells. I'd be very surprised they didn't have negates or something like that in their sideboard. So again, just getting the Guild Summit down now while my opponent stepped out, because I assume they boarded in counterspells. Think this deck would perform well in best of 1? Yeah, probably. I would probably take Root here if I were them, but... yeah, we're playing ranked best of 3. Hopefully we hit untapped lands here and slam this Root. Oh no! Oh no! Rats. We're so unlucky, chat. Why are we just the unluckiest? The choices we make reveal who we are. Yeah, Karn, we get it. We get it, Karn. You're very serious. Thoughts on budget-friendly replacements for Krasis? There really aren't budget replacements for Krasis. Krasis is a uniquely powerful card that there isn't a replacement for in Standard. There just really isn't. I'd recommend Googling for some random Gates lists that have other cards in them, but they are much, much worse without Krasis. Roar. One wild card, yep. I love Arena being detached from MTG Finance.
What was lost is now returned.
Is now returned. Rats, they do have it. Okay. And if this eats a negate, I might be able to slip in Mass Manipulation next turn, which is sweet. Yeah, but like, I don't have discard spells in my deck, Tom, so like the only way to get through their stuff is just play through it.
Nothing is ever truly lost.
Nothing is ever truly lost. Tilt. Alright, so need one of our big top decks here. Need a Guild Summit, need a Circuitous Route, need a Hydroid Krasis, so hey look, a redraw. We're not going on to game 3 here, chat. This is if you don't want to play games and try and win from spots like this, as someone who's the king of concessions on Twitch, this is a very winnable game. In fact, the reason why this deck is good is because games like this are still winnable. You have so many big draws that just pull us back into the game by gassing us up. Alright, now they took my toys away, so I'm gonna concede. Now they took my toys away. Now my toys are gone, and I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. Stupid blue-black deck interacting with my enchantments. Draw some lands, chat. Perfect. I'm gonna leave negate up here so I can counter a Thought Erasure. Why is Unmoored Ego looking good? Unmoored Ego looks kind of mediocre there. Let's just stop their setup. Like, Unmoored Ego, like, we have so many threats that are good, right? We have, like, what are you countering? Are you taking my Gate Colossuses? Are you taking my Mass Manipulations? Are you taking my Krasis? Are you taking my Guild Summit? Like, what's the deal? Which one do you want to head for here? Yes! We punked him, chat! We got him! Nice discovery. Get negated. Woot woot. Listen, I'm not saying you should always counter the cantrips, but... I have no idea, Coop. I have no idea how the rank system works, and I really don't care. I'm just here to play matches and have a good time. Yeah, maybe it's MMR related. I know a timeout request when I see one wavelength. Yeah, the fact that they let on 2 basics of the same kind of implied that they could be struggling that game. I agree. This build that I'm playing right here is my favorite build of Gates. I think this build has a good selection of flexible cards. Main deck Tocatli Honor Guard. Oh no! They've turned off my Archway Angel, chat. How will we ever win the game now? Not Tocatli. I am, in fact, a filthy casual. Listen, as someone who tried really hard to win at Magic for a long time, Magic is way more fun when you're when you're just a casual. This game's got a lot of variance in it. You don't wanna tie your self-worth up in winning games of Magic. That's just miserable. It does not turn off Krasis. 0 parts of this card are turned off by Tocatli Honor Guard. Just so everything's above the board and we understand this card and the rules text of this. This is a cast trigger and it enters with. Tocatli does 0 to interact with that card. Alright, so next turn we're going to cast Gates Ablaze and put an 8/8 into play. Sign me up. They could have a counter spell here, which would be bad. I kind of have all my colors here, so I just mostly clicked at random. Please don't negate me. Alright, so are we done here? We're done here, right? Cast Wrath of God, put 16 power into play, go. Are we good? Are we cool? This is all I got. You let me know if it's good enough for you. Raise your hand if we're done. And you thought Hollowed One was bad?
Keep up the pace.
Alright, if I hit a land, I get to draw 3 cards with this Krasis. If you are someone who's played Modern, and you've been looking for a standard deck, and you enjoy Tron, this deck is literally standard Tron. Deck is literally standard Tron. Please block with your Rekindling Phoenix and your creature. Rats.
Seen that coming.
Oh, Honor Guard can't block, right? Yeah, you right. Honor Guard can't block. I forget this card has evasion too. Let me play my free 8/8 that's evasive. Hold on, and for my next trick. They took my stapler, chat. That's it. I'm going to burn it to the ground. We are going to burn it all to the ground. They took my stapler. Triggers. I'm actually going to decline the second one. Meh. 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 Death Sheeps, ooh ha ha. Death Sheeps, ooh ha ha. Crushing Canopy sounds great here. Ram Breaker sounds good. Ram has Vigilance and Trample. Playing this deck, if you have Summon in play, you can go to full control to stack your triggers. Yeah, you can. There's also a toggle. There's a toggle in the gameplay, Bob, so you can always manually stack your triggers. This is probably a mass manipulation matchup, right? Think so? Yeah, let's do it. There's a chance they have counterspells post board. They probably do have counterspells post board with their blue cards, right? They had to venture a guess. Sometimes you expansion a route just because it's good, right? Like, especially if you have Guild Summit in play, expansioning route is like A plus great. You're like, all right, draw 2, get 2 more lands. Yeah, I just leave auto stack triggers off because it's literally one more click if it auto stacks the right way. This hand's great. Guildgate into Spiral into Summon into Route. It's almost the number of colors in this deck. Garrick, Predator of Scrubs, thank you for the quarter of a year and welcome back. Thanks for keeping me employed here. These are a few of my favorite things. I mean, do you have a standard deck you like? Do you enjoy gambling? If yes, then it's probably worth gambling. If no, then no. Hey, Mongol Smash, thank you very much for the brand new Prime Support. There's a lot of great people making stuff on Twitch. You can ship those Bezo bucks to every month. Thanks for sending them my way. So, I think I just root this turn. I think I want to do this turn. I've got so many things that draw cards later. This archetype has genuinely impressed me. The last time we played it, it was very good. We did play the Team America deck already. That was one of the first ones we played today. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. The world is on fire. Do, 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 do. Remember, if you don't want to wait for my videos to go up on YouTube, if you subscribe to my Twitch channel, you'll be able to see the replays right now, this very moment. So if patience is not your thing, consider subscribing. Wow, the one time I'm kind of tilted. I should have tapped that, I guess. I should have tapped this, this, and this. I drew one too few cards. It kept, every other time I've played this card, it's asked me to manually tap. So I'm not sure why it didn't ask me to manually tap there. So, I'm down one card, but like, we're also just like ahead by enough here that it probably doesn't matter. Yeah, it's weird. I guess I'll just manually float every time. I had just assumed it was going to keep doing the thing. I'm going to burn it to the ground. Ramp 2, make my creature 2 bigger, draw 2 cards. This is incredibly fair. What a reasonable sequence of plays for us to have here. Do you remember when people were complaining about Nexus of Fate? I haven't played it yet, Jerry. So I only put decks up on the website if I've got a league logged with them. And I don't have a league logged with that one yet. This deck is so dumb. It's so dumb. Oh. I don't think it's there yet, Jerry. And yeah, 10 to add a good deck is perfectly fine. How does Climb beat this? With counter spells. You need to have pressure plus ways to counter the ramp. Spell Pierce. Spell Pierce is a great card in this matchup because you stop their setup. I don't know about you, but I'm attacking for 22. I intentionally didn't play my gate pre-combat because I need to make a 22 reference there. I didn't Canopy because the Angel trigger says they're not going to die this turn anyways. I think I just passed here. Is that true? Nah. 6, 7, 8. 14, so X is 12. Chat, when your opponent gives you a present, don't ask why. Just nod and accept that their present has happened. I see why people want to put Reliquary Tower in this deck, because it feels bad emotionally to have to pick my favorites. I don't want to play favorites. I love all these cards equally. I vote we deck ourselves with Explosion to assert dominance. I even playing this deck for like an hour and a half, but I'm gonna do one more because this deck list is kind of great. Ranking up, baby. Ranking up. Ranking on up. Through the ladder. Moving from silver to gold. Crushing the folks with the gates. Do 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 do. Hey, Jerry, thanks for the tip. Be that best deck standard. Sounds good, Jerry. I will find my preferred iteration and get it edited. And they told me I'd never be a gold pro. I'm about to be gold, chat. We're all gold pros now. See, it's great. She needs a blue source. Oh my gosh. I should have played this because they're going to play light up the stage and I could have copied their draw too. My favorite Teferi deck at the moment is Jeskai Control. Man, I was just thinking it didn't matter and I forgot that I could cast that. Yikes. Yikes. Mistakes were made, chat. I prefer Jeskai to Esper because Jeskai has win conditions that actually kill people. And I think being proactive is incredibly good in this format. What's going on, Ian? What's my favorite food? Does cheesecake count? I'm gonna say cheesecake. I'm gonna say cheesecake counts, and cheesecake is my answer. Yikes. Meh. How's the mono red matchup? For this deck, I don't know actually. I'd have to imagine it's probably proportional how quickly you find your threats. You prefer cheesecake or a cake shake with cheesecake? I actually like Portillo's fries more than their cake shake, honestly. Their fries are real good. Gosh, could you imagine if we find an angel here? That would be the stones. Looking for an angel. Or another Gateway Plaza here. Hydroid, I feel like we have a lot of good tools for this matchup. They also had a slow start, right? Like they didn't have any early plays. Yeah, I guess gaining 1 means they have to have 2 spells. I wouldn't have died to that. That's very fair. Is it a gate matchup? This may or may not be in a gate matchup. Actually, it's probably a Guild Summit out matchup, but I prefer to leave the Krasis in. What do we think of this? Krasis versus Guild Summit. Krasis gains me life, so it's probably much better. I think we just like focus on like finding these and killing them, right? Basically. Yikes. That gateless life. Maybe Gate Colossus is too clunky. So the opponent didn't have any creatures that game, but there's a good chance they have a bunch of creatures in their deck. Like I think that game was the exception, not the rule, as far as how many creatures that they had. Yeah, I could see that, Burgle. I think Gate Colossus should probably be Guild Summits. Well, our poker hand is certainly better than theirs. Yeah, this looks like Steamkin. Nope, something close to it. Would like an untapped land so we can do this. Gates Ablaze full. Right, taking 2 more here. Get to negate something this turn. We are very dead, chat. Very astonishingly dead. Stupid fun police sticks. Alright. Take a chance on me. Do. Yeah, I agree, Bob. It lines up well against what we have going on. Nice lava runner. Oh, thunk. This is an absurd draw. Are we about to win the game? Are we about to win the game? Alright, I was wrong. The Gate Colossus is great. I'm gonna split Guild Summit with the Krasis, though. I think I should split these two, too. Man, don't undervalue being able to close against the mono white deck. Oh, don't undervalue being able to against the mono red deck. Sorry, mono white against the red deck. Snap it off. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's a nice one, yeah. Do 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 do. I think it's right to do this rather than play a tapped land to guarantee the Ram next turn. I think getting that 2-pointer off the table is worthwhile here. Would really like to draw untapped lands the next 2 turns, but that's pretty unlikely to happen. Wow, that lightning strike is aggro. Alright, so we need to survive 3 more turns. But Jeff, I am an intellectual. How do you ever beat the red deck, Jeff? I don't understand, Jeff. Your deck is so slow and full of so much value, Jeff. How could you ever manage to beat the mono red deck? It is so scary, Jeff. All right. I'm gonna play some more. We're gonna play one more. Four color Gates is running over. This deck is really good. The opponent's draw was not bad that game. They had a bunch of gas and they were able to cast all of it. Our draw was just better. Would I play this in paper? Yeah, maybe. Am I just playing Gates today? No, we're gonna do at least 2 more decks after this. We're gonna do Memekin and then Glass. This is gonna be the last match with 4 color Gates. We've been live for like 10 hours. We played like 6 or 7 decks already. I got you, Cobb. Thanks for keeping up the sub support. Good to have you on a live one. Oh no! Oh no! The mirror! Kevin from Up, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I really appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Hey, Nib with the Tree Fitty. Thanks for the support. Ooh, where's my dashboard? But this deck is sweet. I love everything about it, but I paid for Memekin. This is why I hate you. You know what to do. We're doing okay here, Burgle. This Gate Colossus might do stuff, and like if we rip a thing, we'll be right in it. Oh, are they in 5 color? Opponent on actual factual 5 color. Of course you can have a complimentary timeout. We're givers. Maybe we can deck them. Maybe we can deck them if they draw too many cards. This is not optional. It is an amazingly better viewer experience, Jerry. Oh, do you think they're Gate Lich? They might be the Lich build, you're right, if they're playing 5 color. I'm gonna decline. I think with the position I'm at, I just need to draw. I just need to draw one of my draw cards here. Yeah, we're looking for a guild summon of our own or a Krasis, some kind of big spell. My emotes really help people because they call attention to the fact when someone's like, I can't see your white text emote. It's like, friendo, you're just using Twitch wrong. You need to use dark mode. They have clear the mind, we can't deck them. Brutal. Why do I want to keep the gates in my hand? Your opponent knows how to keep having fun. I might concede just because they're drawing more cards than us and I'm salty about it. I'm gonna take one more draw here. Take one more draw. And on the desktop, you need to click in the upper left-hand corner of the screen on your profile and then check dark mode. Upper left-hand corner. Actually, if they get to a point where they get low, I could explosion and kill them. Seeing their win con might be useful, that's true. Wow, they have a bunch of trophies. I don't know why dark mode isn't the default on Twitch. No, they have a card that shuffles their discard pile back into their deck. Well, that was rude, opponent. They're about to play an untapped land and bait fire us again. I don't know about gamers. I feel like dark mode is just like the mode people with eyes tend to like by default. Opponent's deck definitely seems greedier than this one, I concur. Which probably means it crushes us on average. Give this a try. Just board in ways to interact with their ability, board in ways to interact with their enchantments, and then more threats so we can run them down. Does resolving an angel make it impossible for us to die to Banefire? Maybe. Maybe that means it's worthwhile. Yeah, Cindervines is great in the mirror. We brought in Cindervines and we brought in the disenchant, the vines. Sorry, remember the crushing canopy or whatever it's called? Seems really good. Just get to curve this into this. Cindervines isn't that good against Lich. Man, I'm about to get negated, aren't I? Alright, I'm gonna play around negate. Dang it. I guess they showed us a bunch of Assassin's trophies too, so like, waiting to play the Guild Summit till after I have a bunch of things in play isn't unreasonable either. In fact, I think I'm gonna go ahead and play Forest and cast Root, and then probably Guild Summit afterwards. They have Duress. Brutal. Pretty unfortunate for us. Black sheep, have you any wool? Yes, sir, do. It's some children's song that comes up on the old kids shows every once in a while. Alright, well, waiting for an X spell here. That'll happen at some point or not. That's just how Magic goes sometimes, right? Yeah, they're full 5-color. They had a bunch of Assassin's trophies in the first game. When it rains, it pours, chat. There are 27 lands in our deck, right? So like we've run pretty well. Nice pizza. You know, the parents know. The kids certainly know. John Avon better look out, because I'm practicing drawing lands over here. We are coming for his title. Give it a bonus match, don't end on a low. Maybe. Redraw spell! Yeah, we're gonna play. Yeah, I think Div's right. It's right. It only deserves it, right? It deserves to get one more. We found the breaker. I like what this deck has going on, for sure. Alright, hand needs some more gates, but hopefully we'll pick up a few. Any other good ways to beat the mirror? I mean, I don't know if that mirror really told us anything. My experience playing a couple mirrors we played the other day is that mass manipulation's the break. Mass manipulation's very good because it takes their threats and gives them to you, so then they need an answer as well and you kill them very quickly. Alright. Alright, someone earlier said we get beat up by Esper, so hopefully this is Esper control so we can see what that's like. I think Discovery implies that they are Esper mid-range more than they could control. I don't actually think there's a way to, Jerry, and it's really annoying. I don't think that's something you could do. Silly dead clown, we can fix that. We don't want you to feel left out. Give me a break, give me a break, give me a 10-minute break in chat. You got me a sandwich.
There was a mail in the sandwich. There's a sandwich in the mail.
It was not in the mail. I told him, go bring this to Daddy. I said it's a sandwich. He said, I think it's a burrito.
Thank you, Declan. I love you. It's still kind of weird to me that they can come home and I don't like hear them coming in, because my office at the old house office was like located right next to the garage, so like when they came in through my office. All right, I'm gonna mute myself off and on while we jam here for a second and eat this sandwich. I've been standing here for 10 hours, so I'm a little bit hungry. Just been snacking all day. Declan has double riot, and he chooses haste twice every time. Okay, a little bit sad to not hit a land here, but super excited to rip Gates Ablaze. And Jimmy John's sandwich is pretty good. Their veggie sandwich. It has an avocado spread on it. This is like A+. This stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Jimmy John's, but Jimmy John's, if you're out there, it certainly could be. Let's talk. I think I want to just take their token maker off the table. Just want to, like, keep my health total high here and, like, not die to them going wide while I'm missing in the second copy of Gates Ablaze. Hitting a land drop there is also nice, so I can start powering through. Like, I've got 8 mana now, so I can just go, like, Gate Colossus next turn. Actually, I can go Root into double 2 mana Gate Colossus and then Krasis the turn after. So, we're taking 7 here down to 11, but then I'm, like, putting 2 8/8s into play. And then, like, gonna have a giant Krasis for the turn after. Yay, math. They have counter spells in their main deck, or they just have, like, a Mortify? Hopefully they just have, like, a Mortify here. Yep, yeah, I ended early yesterday because I was a little bit tilted over the announcement, and then Wednesday I had some internet issues, so we're streaming a double today. Alright, so I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is 12. So I could cast this for 8, and then X is 4. Or I gain 4, draw 4. So that puts me to 8. I block here. I die. Exactly. So if I do Guild Summit here, I can draw a bunch. Yeah, I think we just Guild Summit and leave 3 up, right? Just like try and clear the board here. Like if I hit, the game is over. Yikes! That's unfortunate. And sometimes there's only one Gates Ablaze in 31 cards. Sometimes there's only one Gates Ablaze in 31 cards. I wonder if there should be some Deafening Clarions in here. I could see that as a possibility. What's going on, Jackie? Hope you're doing swell. Thanks for putting up with us and your Magic playing husband. We're not all so bad, I swear. Some of us are. I'm okay. I like medium okay. And thanks for the bits, Jerry. Yeah, Clarion might just be worth including. I don't think I want these Rams. Do I, or do I just want the Angels? The Angels gaining life seems really big. Because, like, if I could just survive to get to Gates Ablaze, it's huge. This card's probably not very good here. Bezos refers to money. So, Jeff Bezos is the owner of Amazon. And Twitch Prime exists because of Amazon. So, we refer to Bezobucks as, because that's Amazon money that you're giving to me. So, it's kind of like you're giving me Jeff Bezos money. Let's try this. I think we got pretty unfortunate to lose that last game, so I don't want to change too much. Every stream on Twitch is sponsored by Amazon. Amazon Prime or Twitch Prime subs, whatever you want to call them, they make up probably 60% or more of my 3,000 subs. See, like that one. COD, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. There's a lot of great streamers you can send that to every single month. Thanks for shipping it here. If you shake your phone, you'll go into dark mode on mobile. They have a counterspell here. Awkward. I guess they have Mortify. They can kill it before I draw a card as well. Probably my 5th 2-month anniversary. Let's see if I can make it through. What's going on, Nemesis? You know, Twitch was supposed to be changing how they counted those. It must have gotten caught up. The opponent must just have like a bunch of 4-mana and reactive stuff, right? So I'm going to go ahead and use this here to gas back up a little bit. Mostly because I'd like to save my sweeper for once they go a little bit wide here. So I think just like one for wanting this is like worthwhile. Rather than like saving this to be bigger. Why are we playing so many basics in this list? Because the original deck list I copy and pasted from was playing this many. Gonna play this for X's 6 here. Make them have a removal spell. The mana base of this deck list has felt very reasonable, so I haven't really felt compelled to work on it or think about it. Larger streamers get 70% of subscriber splits, so for $5 subs or Amazon Prime subs, I see $3.50. Most people who stream full time end up hitting that mark. Any advice on how to beat the Gates deck with Esper midrange? It's probably just a rancid matchup for you. Counter spells, cheap counter spells like Spell Pierce are a good way to attack it. If you haven't tried those cards already. You thought streamers weren't supposed to talk about that? No, that's pretty public knowledge. I am far from the first person you will hear tell you what you get from a person subscribing. So bits versus PayPal is a little bit weird because with bits, the person buying the bits pays the bits fee up front. So basically when you cheer 100 bits for someone, the person you cheer for gets a full $1 from those 100 bits because you paid Twitch's cut of the bits when you bought the bits from them. And how much their cut of the bits is depends on how many of them you buy at the same time. I love my Ornithopter. Yeah, like I said, I think we got pretty unlucky to lose the first game of this matchup. I have to imagine this match is really good for us. These dirtily mid-range decks tend to be really bad against this archetype. Yeah, I agree. Thief of Sanity is like kind of mediocre in this matchup because like a lot of our cards are synergy based. Like taking Hydroid Krasis is obviously good, but like a lot of our bomb style payoffs, Thief isn't good against. Bits give a streamer more security. So like for instance, if someone wants to be a jerk and do a chargeback, they have to do a chargeback to Twitch with bits, whereas PayPal, I as the streamer have to fight a chargeback, which like adds work and risk to my job. Man, I'm just gonna go ahead and submit. I'm happy with what I did. Hey, what's going on, Dan? Yeah, I'm sure when the weather gets better, we're gonna start doing Pokemon Go again. It's been a hot second since I logged in. Yeah, I think the only match we've lost with this deck in this session is... The only match we lost was to another Gates deck. Yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I think I've only had one chargeback in the 5 years I've been streaming on Twitch, which is not terrible. You're going for a player trying to move away from Grixis. I think all of the decks that are listed on my website are both interesting and powerful. It wasn't actually, Niv. The chargeback was someone who donated a large amount of money to the Owl Costume Fund at the beginning of last year. Oh, my notification broke. Thank you. Sorry, I was eating and didn't notice. All right. Thank you for the heads up. I agree. I didn't think this archetype would be playable when I looked at the full spoiler, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was. Turn 2 hero is really, really good. Turn 2 growth spiral, also good there. Yeah, this is a good deck to have be in the format, now that we have a Temple of Tilt emote for sure. For sure. And Pokemon Go is a lot of fun. My new house doesn't have anything spawn at it regularly, though. Like, I checked the first couple times we were here, and I have to, like, walk around a bit to, like, get anywhere, which kind of sucks. Especially when it's as cold as it is. Alright, so... Do I Guild Summit draw a card, or do I root? I think I'm supposed to Guild Summit draw a card, because I just want to... I want to dig to a Gates Ablaze, right? So, like, they're going to get a couple of hits in here, but I'm going to get a lot of draws, and this Archway Angel is going to fuel me up as well. If they have a negate in their hand, we could be in a lot of trouble. No, I'm pretty... Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, chat. Yikes. I think you just never board hero out. The card is so good when it goes unchecked. Like, we have sweepers that trade for it, but like when it goes unchecked like this, it's just so powerful. This is the third Gates Ablaze right here. They've taken it hostage and they're not giving it back. What deck would I play if I was expecting to face a lot of control? Probably Mono Blue Tempo or Pirates. We played Pirates today and had a lot of really good games with it. So I've got 7 mana in play, and external will be my 8th. What's the pirate deck list? You can find the pirates deck and lots of other sweet standard decks on my website by clicking the standard decks button at the top. Great place to go if you're looking for new Magic decks. Oh, we are super dead. Oh Oh, RNGesus, you are not kind sometimes. Maybe I could just play a bunch of Archway Angels. Yeah, we've been kind of brutalized by this thief. Yeah, the types of decks that this deck preys on tend to be the decks that get better after sideboard. Abzan Glass, there's an artifact that's called something glass that makes all your multicolored cards. Makes all your multicolored cards get +1/+1. I think we're going to save Black-Red Demons for next time. I think I'm going to do 2 more decks after this. Do another 3 hours. That'll put us to 14. 14 is probably a good time to cut the cord. Hello, tiny monster. You want to come see the internet?
Let me see this helmet though.
Oh, my sandwich is all gone. I ate it already.
Why?
Because I was hungry. Because I've been working all day.
Just come upstairs.
Nah, Dad's got to keep working for a little bit. Can you say hi to the internet?
I watched time downstairs in the basement. Ooh, I found cheap.
You want the cheese pretzels?
Yeah, and while watching the show on TV.
The TV down here is broken. If you go upstairs, Mom will give you something on the TV upstairs. You can take the cheese pretzels, okay? Oh, careful. Thank you.
Daddy.
I love you, bud.
Ah! It's open.
Yeah, don't spill them. Carry them close. Close my door.
Okay.
All right. Well, we get to do this. Sorry about that. When we run after the normal day, we get some kid cameos. Yeah, I agree. Some number of I think our mana base would have to change to support Clarion, but I think it might be worth doing so. Those Worst Nighters, those little things are so addictive. Yeah, some number of Clarions in the 75 is fine. Another white gate would probably be okay. I think we only have 7 white sources, but playing Circuitous Route and the number of cards we draw each game muddles the math a little bit. So like it's not completely unreasonable to play like a couple of white cards. Yeah, Clarion giving the big guys lifelink is real good. Alright, so they negated our thing, so let's hope we rip our 4th Gates Ablaze here. Alright, there's a Ram. So if I cast this, I could draw a bunch of cards and maybe find my last one. I think that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to tap 3. I'm going to tap 3. And then if I miss, I can go ahead and play Gatebreaker Ram. Meh. If I tap 1 less gate and play a gate from my hand, I draw an extra card there technically, so maybe that's better. Yeah, what's going on? Julia catches the tail end of gates, and I'm planning to do 2 more decks tonight. A good solid session in. I need to figure out when I'm streaming this weekend. I might do tomorrow afternoon. Did I have a gate? I think I did. I don't remember exactly, though. So I have 4 gates in play, and I have a 5th one here. So this is looking to gain us 10. Are they taking my Ram, or are they taking my Guild Summits? Okay. Don't ditch my 4th Gates Ablaze, please. So hopefully the last Gates Ablaze isn't present in these 4 cards up here. If it's not, we could have a real shot here. Actually, let's do this to start. I can take a peek at my deck and see what our outs are. We have a Gates Ablaze in our deck, chat. I repeat, the Gates Ablaze are go. I repeat. So do I play a gate and try and hit the blaze? Do I take the 2 and 19? Otherwise I can play the angel and gain 12. I think the angel's the conservative play. I'm not sure there's a reason to be aggressive here. There's a chance this thing's hit us enough times that I can't win the game anymore, though. I mean, I want to make good choices. I'm pretty sure it's right to play the Archway Angel there. And, like, both my lava coils were in my deck, so I know they don't have a piece of spot removal over here, which is great for us. That would take way too long, Digitech. I could sit there and figure it out, but it would take a long time. Yeah, Krasis is getting to the point where it's uncastable, which is a little awkward. Yikes, I'm gonna move along. We've been on this one for a while. That's pretty unfortunate to lose that one. And to hit 3 of our Gates Ablaze early. I do think that highlighted one of the things that I do want to change here. I think I need to sit down and think about the mana, so it's not going to happen until later this weekend, but I think I'm going to sit down and count the sources of stuff that we have in here and probably get 1 to 2 more white sources, then play some Deafening Clarions in here. I don't understand why you would want Nexus in this deck. I'm not sure what issue it solves. Like, this deck's got a lot of clunk in the top end, and adding another clunky card that doesn't help you solve a problem doesn't sound like something I'm interested in doing. So, I definitely think this archetype's really good. I've been super impressed with its consistency because it sees so many different cards. So, I've been pretty happy with that. I have felt like I wanted another sweeper, but I didn't want to futz with the mana to make more white happen, but I think it's probably worth doing. Probably the lava coils get cut, or maybe something on the sideboard. Probably the lava coils, though.